One second, I can just say, when that is.
Lord, what is shared by
My lord, can I
state-
just add one thing, my lord?
only what is shared?
Principal of the college, is he now under suspension? Is he on long leave? What is happening?
He's on leave. He's on leave. High Court order. High Court order is Millard's operative. He's on leave. He's on leave. There's an SIT constituted also for all kinds of things. My lord, can I?
Lords, I would.
Anywhere, right?
No. But can I add one
That's
thing?
why I said, Lord, whatever your lordship says, we'll abide by it. That's not enough.
Whatever
Whatever is shared,
my-
your lordships, Lord, the CBI must be
Yeah.
given.
No, we will file an affidavit.
But you have shared something with the
One
court.
second.
You can't have any objection.
At not this point, Mullahs. In fact, what
No,
is
I am
happened-
on that point
What
first.
happens is, Mullahs, this goes to them, then the social media takes action. It'll
No, there
exacerbate
must
the
be-
situation. This is only to inform your lordships, Mullahs, that what's in the social media is not correct, and what's happening is just contrary to
Why
what the
can't you
record is.
share with
For
CBI?
example, they say it's a suicide. It is not a suicide. We never said.
Tainted.
We will, but Mr. Sibal, there was undoubtedly an unexplained delay.
I am not on merit.
Yes, Lord.
I am not on
What
that.
is to hide from CBI?
Mullahs,
Lord,
one
this-
second.
This shows we are
One
not
second,
getting
I
cooperation.
am not on that, Mullahs. Mullahs, as I said, whatever needs to be done must be done. People must be convicted. There is no issue on that. It's just that I don't want, Mullahs, another kind of tirade in the social media.
No, it
Mullahs,
will not be. You give it to
will be, it will
CBI.
be.
You
I
have
know
some
it.
to give it to CBI.
One more thing. The state must ensure that those who practiced acts of vandalism and
Absolutely.
Yes.
We have lodged
37.
37 already arrested, 50 FIRs filed. 37 already arrested.
50 FIR for one incident. It's a recipe for not investigating.
you have one second. You have a copy of the, before we part to the matter for today, you have a copy of the autopsy report here?
Yes.
We have it. We have it.
I have.
We hand it over. Yes. In the meantime,
Lord,
can I add
would,
one
my Lord,
thing?
again request, my Lord, if your lordships have seen something your lordships have, Lord, the CBI must be given. It will remain, my Lord, confidential. But we must cross-check what is given to you.
Lord, your lordship.
This resistance shows that there is a lack of
No,
cooperation.
obviously
with
there is a lack of faith.
Let me
your
we'll do that on that day, Mr.
Only 1 second,
Yes,
Manoj.
day after tomorrow.
Give
CBI. Lord,
the entire thing.
today, my Lord, they can give me today. My joint director is here. I'll give it to her.
Just allow. Yes. Yes. Now,
What is there to hide from CBI, my
one
Lord?
second.
If they have given
Nothing is-
something related to crimes,
Yeah.
it must be given, my Lord, to the
Kindly
CBI.
Kindly see page 40. Kindly
Don't read it aloud, we'll just.
page 40.
Right. शुरू करें पेट को बोलो काम शुरू करें
Yes, I know.
पेट को बोलो काम शुरू करें
Explain this. I'll just say, read outside.
Only know, my lord, what is being shown to your lord.
It's the post-mortem report, which is in the
Say
case
that, I
diary.
asked you 4 times, what is the, why hide this?
Yes, I'll give he has case diary, has it, Malaj? Post-mortem report is there. I don't know why I'm showing nothing else.
Case diary has been handed over to
Handed
the
over
CBI.
to the CBI,
The entire case diary, inclusive of.
yeah, inclusive of
Ah,
this.
there.
For the safety of lady doctor.
She's not a lady. Yeah.
You're staying on that now. The Supreme Court there taking up the case of the rape and murder of the 31-year-old trainee doctor in the Kolkata Medical College, questioning why was no FIR filed and why was there a delay of 3 hours after the body was handed over for cremation. The Chief Justice of India has also gone on to say a national task force will be set up consisting of doctors, setting out, as far as the modalities are concerned in regard to safety in hospitals, highlighting that safety is the highest concern. This is what is being said in court while addressing and urging the doctors to assume work. Now, they have in fact gone on to say, also raising concerns regarding the identity of the victim that had been made public, questioning what was the police doing really when the vandalism that took place, the principal there trying to pass off the situation as a suicide. So that is also a question that has been raised in the Supreme Court today. So the CBI has now been asked to file a status report, and a deadline has been given to the CBI to file that status report by Thursday. This is before the case, the hearing that is going to be coming up on the 22nd, and even the government of Bengal has been asked to submit a report. So these are the demands that are being made as far as the safety is concerned. So there are certain protocols that now need to be looked into as far as the running of a hospital is concerned. The lack of institutional safety is a big concern, and they're talking about this is not just a matter of Kolkata, but this is concerning the entire country. This is a matter of national interest. The nation cannot wait for another rape for real changes to take place on the ground, is what the Chief Justice of India has highlighted, saying that women doctors are more susceptible to sexual violence, and which is why, that safety measures need to be put into place, which is why they're setting up that national task force, which will consist of doctors, which will lay out the modalities, raising questions when it comes to restroom facilities which are not available. No transportation is being given to doctors to reach back home after long shifts. No proper functioning of CCTV cameras. So questioning as to why were there no functioning CCTV cameras when it comes to that particular hospital and across hospitals, in fact, across the country, as far as lack of screening is concerned when it comes to arms and ammunition, and also the access when it comes to the family members of patients, which is somehow available all across the hospital. So the demands that are being made now, what is going to change on the ground is there needs to be separate duty rooms for male and female doctors. There should be better crowd management at the hospitals with adequate lighting at all places inside the hospital. So within the confines of the hospital now, adequate lighting has to be made sure. CCTV cameras have to be installed at all exit and entry points. And also now what is being said by the Chief Justice of India in the Supreme Court is that they need to provide transportation when it comes to the medical staff from 10 o'clock at night till about 6 o'clock in the morning. So along with adequate lighting, CCTV cameras that need to be put as far as the entry and exit points are concerned, and also now drop-back facilities have to be ensured as far as healthcare staffers are concerned from 10 o'clock at night till 6 o'clock in the morning. And also the CJI, the Chief Justice of India, has gone on to say that workshops need to be conducted in order for doctors to learn how to manage during crisis. And of course, this is of national interest, is what the Chief Justice of India has said, that the safety of doctors is of prime concern. This doesn't concern just one-off incident, and we can't wait for another such incident to change things on the ground. So now, there are many questions which are being raised as far as the case is concerned. They are talking about the principal who was, perhaps trying to pass this situation off as a suicide, talking about how he was instated into another college 2 days after, he was made to leave from the post as far as this particular college where the crime that took place, questioning why was it that he was then reinstated in another college in a matter of 48 hours. So many questions that are being raised, particularly as far as handing over of the body is concerned, and why was no FIR that was lodged, no FIR that was registered. It took them 3 hours after the body was handed over to the family for the cremation that an FIR was finally registered. Why was it that the principal of the college did not file that FIR in the case? So many questions that are being raised as far as the CBI is concerned. A deadline now has been given of 48 hours. So by Thursday, today is Tuesday, the CBI has to file a status report, and also a national task force will now be set up, and that national task force will consist of doctors that will set out the modalities as far as the safety of doctors is concerned in the country. So the state must ensure that action is also taken against those vandals who entered the hospital where the crime that took place during that protest march, which was being held by women on the eve of Independence Day. So questions being raised as to how did those vandals manage to get inside the hospital, and that action needs to be taken. So that CBI has now been asked to, file that status report, and that's expected in a matter of 48 hours. From what, the Chief Justice of India has gone on to say, questioning the timing. Why did it take 3 hours to file that FIR regarding this particular case, which the CJI has said that there are allegations that are being made in regard to the situation being passed off as a suicide. Also, in regard to the identity of the victim, questioning as to why was the identity made known to media, why were the pictures circulating, why was her name taken in the media. So, all these questions that are being raised as far as the Chief Justice is concerned, and this is what is being said in a Supreme Court, talking about the lack of institutional safety. That is the big concern. We have my colleague Sunil Prabhu joining us on the phone line to get us more on this. Sunil, just take us through what's really taken place in the Supreme Court today. Take us to the questions that are being raised, the concerns regarding this particular matter, and the changes that they are suggesting.
Well, this is a case regarding a suo motu taking up of the RG car rape and murder case, and it's in that backdrop that the Chief Justice of India has now constituted a national task force. It will have members, doctors will be there, and also assisted by the Cabinet Secretary, the Secretary of the Ministry of Home Affairs, as well as the Health Secretary, to issue guidelines to ensure that there is safe, separate duty rooms for men and women, and to really ensure that there is a national standard protocol for our medical staff across the country, to see that there are CCTVs, and a whole host of steps to ensure that, preventing violence. And it's in that backdrop that the Chief Justice of India has given his order on this issue. Of course, as we speak, they are conferring amongst themselves on a document that has been supplied by the Chief Justice of India, by Mr. Kapil Sibal on behalf of the West Bengal government. There has been a political turn to it, with the Solicitor General asking the Director General of Police to step down. So we'll have to wait and see how things proceed. At present, the Chief Justice is continuing to have discussions with the bench on this entire matter.
So, Sunil, of course, what has really been said in court, in the Supreme Court today, is that the systematic issues regarding the safety of doctors across India, the bench that's been headed by the Chief Justice of India. Let's just listen in to the proceedings.
Yes.
Yeah, we've seen.
West?
Huh?
Give us soft copy.
You hand over the compilation to us. Hand over the compilation.
Yours,
Compilation and educate.
Have it apparent.
No, you don't have it on your.
give us.
We're locating the soft copy.
Whatever we have received, we'll file with our report.
What is that? What is that? Compilation.
List of deeds.
This was the petition.
Report, Mulaz. Do you have a soft copy? If you can give it. Let's see if you have a soft copy.
Hard copy we had.
Here it is.
This is the inquest report.
This is the inquest report. This is it, Mulaz.
Right, so the proceedings are going on in court, and the Chief Justice of India there heading that bench, talking about how it's deeply concerning as far as the absence of safe working conditions for young doctors is concerned, especially for women. If women are not able to go to work and conditions are not safe, we are denying them equality, is what is being said in court. It's also deeply concerning that the fact that the name of the victim has been all over media and the photographs and the videos were all over the media. This is extremely concerning, is what is being said. And most young doctors putting in 36 hours, we must evolve national protocol to ensure safe working conditions. You know, the questions that are being asked in the court is, what is the principal doing? Why was the FIR not filed? Why was the body handed so late to the parents? What is the police doing? A serious offence has taken place and the crime scene is in a hospital. What is being done? Allowing vandals to enter the hospital. Those are the questions that have been raised by the Chief Justice of India. We have Aishwarya joining us to get us more on this. Aishwarya, a national task force is going to be set up consisting of doctors. Many other changes are being asked, whether it's CCTV camera, whether it's lighting, and also especially drop packs for staffers. That is something that is now going to be the norm.
Well, certainly very, very important observations being made by the Supreme Court of India on the suo motu that the Chief Justice of India had taken regarding the RG Kar alleged rape and murder case. Of course, several questions being asked as far as the roles assigned to the principal is concerned, why there was delay in the FIR, what were the hospital authorities doing, what was the role of principal, peaceful protesters not to be harmed over the entire incident. Remember, there were several protests which are doing rounds across the country. What was the role of the state? How the pictures were released at first, and how the hospital authorities have stated that that was a suicide and not a murder in a first term. Why was there a gap between post-mortem and the FIR? So these are several important oral observations that the Supreme Court of India had made while taking a suo motu. In fact, there were several orders which were also passed meanwhile regarding the entire proceedings which are taking place in the Supreme Court. It was stated by the Supreme Court that the Indian Medical Association nationwide withdrawal of services should be should stop, and the doctors should resume their work as well. It is just not protecting doctors, but also what the government is doing as far as the central protection is concerned for the doctors. Is there any special and non-exhaustive formulations as well? In the hospital premises, particularly the Supreme Court of India and the CJI particularly had asked that whether there are waiting rooms for the doctors, how's the sanitization of the doctors inside the hospitals. Is there no separate duty rooms for men and women? 36-hour shift where basic basic rules follows in that context or not. No national standard protocol has been followed. There has been lack of CCTV cameras inside the hospitals across the country. There are a lot of attendants which have access to the doctor's area. The family members of the patients usually arrive in large numbers at the hospitals that create chaos inside the hospital. So, the norm should be maintained. Therefore, the reason perhaps national consensus is necessary. The Supreme Court of India also stated that the National Task Force, which will include the medical members and ex-officio members, will be inside that, will be constituted with the National Task Force. And apart from it, it would be also the Supreme Court of India who stated that the CBI will give the status report on 22nd of August as to what investigation has taken place. Remember, the entire case has been handed over to the Central Bureau of Investigation, and the case diary has also been handed over to them, and they are questioning and investigating into what led to the delay in the post-mortem, whether the questions that were raised, that whether this was a gang rape or more people were involved. Pertaining to that as well, the CBI had to file that status report. West Bengal government to also file status report on vandalism that has taken place in the last few days. But importantly, it was also stated as far as the hospital premises are concerned, the CJI had given an oral observation as far as the security of professional of the doctors professionals are concerned. That should be adequate in numbers, and the Supreme Court also stated that there should be workshops on handling grief and crisis. There should be transport facilities which should be given to the female doctors, especially who are doing overnight duties as well, and also there should be adequate security. There should be baggage evening, lunch, canteen. Each and every part had been thoroughly mentioned in these observations as far as the work culture of doctors inside the hospital are concerned. Remember, this hearing which is currently underway in the Supreme Court is being video streamed at different hospitals across the country where doctors are protesting. Big screens had been placed, and therefore the reason all eyes are on the CJI and the Supreme Court of India. They have stated that they will pass an order, an interim order today only, and had requested the doctors to go back and resume their work in the hospitals. But very important hearing currently underway in the Supreme Court.
Right, urging doctors to resume work, Aishwarya, but also at the same time highlighting the challenges that are being faced by the medical fraternity across the country. And to get more on this, we have with us Saurabh Gupta and Sunil Prabhu joining us. Saurabh, over to you. The West Bengal government was expected to maintain law and order. That is what has been said in court today. And, in order to also what is being said is that they needed to protect the crime scene, but they haven't been able to do so. And that is the question that is being raised by the Supreme Court regarding the government of West Bengal.
Well, yes, there's a little bit of a technical difference here. One is, of course, the crime scene, which is on the 3rd floor, which is intact. But, of course, the police were completely unable to control the mob and protect the building in which the crime took place. The emergency ward was completely demolished, vandalized by a mob. But very, very strong questions for the West Bengal government. And this is one question that we've been raising from day one. One is, of course, concerning the principle. What was the tearing rush to reinstate this man as principal of another medical college when clearly there's been such a huge incident? And of course, you know, he's moved aside or he's resigned or whatever, if he did not resign. But what was the tearing hurry to reinstate him as the principal of another medical college? This move of the state government clearly
Saurabh,
inexplicable.
Just hold that
and,
thought. We also have with us Sunil Prabhu, who's joining us from right outside the Supreme Court. Sunil, the court has gone on to say that the nation cannot wait for another rape for things to change on the ground. What are the changes that are now going to be implemented?
Well, as we've been reporting, a national task force has been constituted. So please take that as it's been done. They will have to submit a report. They will have to look at the various findings of the High Court from the various, hospitals, the number of people that are there. Basically, I think the Chief Justice of India is setting the stage for what he says safety protocols for health workers, be it doctors, be it nursing staff, men and women, gender neutral. Those provisions will be made. CCTVs will be made. Workshops will be taken, basically to ensure a sensitization of the entire country towards our health workers. More importantly, to ensure, and he's making that message loud and clear, that there's safe places. It's just not RG Kar. There have been other incidents which he has mentioned that have taken place where there's been brutality shown on the medical doctors, be it in Hyderabad and various other instances that he has shown. And it's on that basis that they have taken it.